I blame Harden. I blame D'Antoni. I blame the entire team. It was there for the taking. Harden's turnovers in overtime were ridiculous. He got taken apart by Simmons. The fact that I hate that these teams just go away from any type of real offense at the end of games. They just set Harden out top, wait for somebody to come pick and roll with him, or just him go one-on-one, and it blew up in their face. They didn't play team ball down at the end, and it blew up in their face.
We tend to, with sports, the hero gets the praise and the hero is blamed. Like Mike D'Antoni is my Mike Tomlin. Like, I like him as a coach in the regular season, but you get D'Antoni in the postseason against Popovich, he's 0 for his last 4. And when I watch him, I'm like, I like what D'Antoni's created. I like what he did in Phoenix. Sure. And I like what he did in Houston. But playoffs is about half-court, timeouts, out of a timeout, possession basketball. And he played 7 guys. Okay, James Harden at the end of that game, he had a good guy guarding him in that game. James Harden was done. James Harden had, almost like John Wall, when you go into the fourth having played 33, 34 minutes, you can't ask these little guys to play at that level forever.
He's not that little, though. He's 6'6", got a good body. I'm with you on D'Antoni. I don't think he pays attention to detail, and I think in tight series and tight games like this, especially against San Antonio, it always comes back to bite you. I feel like we saw this all the time when Phoenix was playing San Antonio.
Yes.
But this is becoming a pattern, and I'm a James Harden fan, but he is not delivering in the clutch. 4 playoff games now with 9 or more turnovers. That's the most in the last 30 years. Remember, go back 2 years, 2015, he had 13 turnovers. An NBA playoff record against Golden State was 2 for 11. When they rallied to beat the Clippers in Game 6 in the semifinals in 2015, they rallied from a 17-point deficit with Harden on the bench. And then go back to his first time in the finals in 2012 against Miami, he only averaged 12-point shot, 37%. So he has a pattern here now of showing up small, and again, he did it last night.
Is Harden becoming Westbrook?
No. I'm pro player here with James. I mean, I'm definitely pro player here, but the thing about James is he gets fatigued on that because the ball's in his hand 90%. He's Steve Nash in this system for D'Antoni. So by the end of the game, he does get worn down a little bit. But credit Popovich for this, where he put Patty Mills on him, Kawhi, Simmons. I mean, he gave him different looks at different times, and that's where the coaching comes in at the end of the game. But to be honest with you, if you look at the three-point percentage, they shot 20%. A lot of them were uncontested. So if these guys make a couple more shots, it's not all on James. But you know what? He does have to be better.
The Super Bowl, Brady gets the MVP. But the untold story of the game was New England's defense, in the second half alone, forced Atlanta into 4 3-and-outs. So the defense won the game because Brady was taking on defensive ends that couldn't run. In this game, we look at Harden. But if you start adding up the rebounds and the assists and the total points, they're in this game late because of Harden.
Sure. Listen, I'm a little bit shocked, though. This morning, when I turned on your radio show, I thought for sure you would go back to the Cisco LeBron MVP song, because that is what I was thinking last night. I was like, Colin's kind of right. James Harden kind of exposed himself. And again, I've been a guy that, I'm fine with Russell Westbrook getting the MVP. But as the season plays out, the more and more it comes back to LeBron's just so much better than all these guys.
By the way, Kawhi didn't play late. Westbrook was bad late. Yeah. Harden has struggled late. We're all now seeing this play out, right?
We all knew LeBron was the best player, but it's a regular season award.
I think Russell, he might be the MVP, though.
No, come on. I mean, he's the best player. There's no question. Nobody's doubting that. But come on, triple-double.
If you said that's the best company in that city, wouldn't it be the most valuable company in that city?
Not necessarily. Not every year, every month.